Hey folks, I'd like to just give you a quick overview of what TalentSonar can do to help you with your diversity recruiting efforts. Okay, so let's say you've gone out there and you've sourced a bunch of new candidates from various diverse backgrounds. And so that's fantastic. You found them, but the next problem you've got is you've got to get them past your hiring managers. And so if you're sending the resumes straight up to the hiring manager, some unconscious bias might come into play, and you might not be getting that as many of those candidates that you wanted in for interviews as you would like. So we developed something at TalentSonar called resume anonymization. And let me just go ahead and show you how that's going to help disrupt unconscious bias a little bit. So let's say we're looking at a resume of a candidate. So in this case, it's Pia Napier. What we have at TalentSonar is when you look at the full details of the candidate, you get to see the resume the way that they had originally formatted it. But we have something called an anonymous view that goes out and removes the name and the contact information from the resume as a first step to disrupt unconscious bias. And so when your hiring managers see the resume, they're forced to go and look at the content in the resume and then make a decision on whether or not they want to bring them in for interviews. And so that's one of the things that we do. So let me show you how you can do this. So back on that first page, we had a list of individuals. And what I can do is I can create a channel. And you can think of a channel in TalentSonar as a pipeline. So you can name this pipeline anything you want. You could call this like female data scientists, or you could just call this data scientists. And let's just say these are folks with Hadoop and MongoDB skills, as an example. What you can do is you can add everybody into this channel, and then you can go ahead and share this with a hiring manager. So all you need to do is click on share, excuse me, and let's say I'm going to share this with Alvin at talentsonar.com. And then when you've sent that, when you're getting ready to send this out, you have this option to use resume anonymization right here. So if I click on that, all of the resumes that Alvin's going to see when he clicks on this link here, they're all going to be anonymized. So let me just go ahead and send that. Okay, so you can imagine that you could have different pipelines here of, African American engineers. You can have, like female engineers, and you can just create as many pipelines as you want in TalentSonar to help develop your diversity pipeline to improve your company's demographics. And then when you want to share them, let me show you what that looks like now from the client side. So I'm going to go to my email. I'm going to go ahead and open up the email that I just got, and I'm going to click on data scientist. So remember now I'm wearing the hiring manager hat, and this is what the hiring manager is going to see. So he's going to see the 5 people that you shared with him in the channel. Excuse me. And when he clicks on one person, it's going to show him a little short profile card here on the right-hand side. And then he can click on view. And when he does that, we're now going to show him the resume with all the name and the contact information removed. So this is really going to force the hiring manager to go ahead and take a look at the content. And he can quickly fast review these just by clicking on the next button, and the next resume will come up, and another one, and you get the idea. And then if there's anybody that he's really interested in talking to, he can go ahead and request their availability and just say, Alvin at TalentSonar is interested in this person, click send. And then the recruiter that sent out the access to this channel will now be able to connect that individual that the hiring manager requested with the hiring manager and bring them in for interviews. There's a couple other things that we do to help improve and streamline the efficiency between hiring managers and recruiters is, let's say the hiring manager has gone out there and looked at a bunch of these candidates and he said, okay, well, I reviewed these two. I just made a request here for this software engineer, but I'm also interested in knowing if any of these data scientists have Java backgrounds. So if he clicks on search, we'll see that, oh, okay, well, there's an individual that he hasn't seen yet. And if he clicks on view, he can go and say, okay, well, this data scientist also has Java background. I really want to talk to this person as well. And then again, he can request their availability. Now, one of the common frustrations that we hear with our corporate recruiters that we work with is that after they've sent the resumes, they never know if the hiring manager has reviewed them or taken a look at them. And so it makes it difficult for them to be able to meet their SLAs. So what we also developed is something called analytics. And so if you come into the analytics tab, what you can do is you can look at all the people that you've invited to look at your channels. So let's just click on the invited clients. And we can see that we invited Alvin at TalentSonar to the data scientist channel. And we can now see all the things that Alvin was looking at and all the people that he reviewed. Give me a sec, I don't know if I hit. Sorry, I didn't hit the button. And so now you can see that Alvin opened up the email at 9:46. He landed on the data scientist channel, 9:47, and then he started to click through and he looked at a couple of profiles. Then he made a request, and here he requested a female, Pia Napier. He then went back out and he used the keyword Java to see if there was any other engineers that had, and any other data scientists that also had Java experience. And so he then found that there was another individual named Jeff Thomas. He looked at their full profile and he requested it. So this data also gives the corporate recruiter who's working with the hiring managers internally an additional level of information that can help them grease the wheels when it comes to communicating with their hiring managers so they can speed up the hiring process. And with some of the keyword data that we provide you here, you start to get an idea of what other things are really important for this particular hiring manager. And so that too can help the recruiters go back and look at their talent pipelines to find data scientists that have Java backgrounds, as an example. There's many more things that we have in TalentSonar, but this is one of the things that we hear and get a lot of positive feedback on from our corporate recruiters that we talk to. And so I just want to record a short video about this. Thanks so much for your time.